An increasing number of young people are feeling directionless and unsure exactly what the future may hold. Jobs feel more uncertain than ever with the future of AI. Housing, particularly in the UK, US, the West in general, feels extremely unaffordable to the average person. Quality relationships are extremely hard to come by, whether that be on an intimate level or a friendship level. We have to compete with choice paralysis with every single decision that we make in our lives, however big or small. And I decided to make this video because, funnily enough, this is something, as a young guy, 24 myself in the UK, I am dealing with myself. And I wanted to make this video to help you and help myself with the kind of decisions that I've been going through and the kind of going through that in my head and feeling a lot of uncertainty myself. And I personally have felt it myself that I haven't been the person that I want to be, haven't been my usual self. I've definitely felt that I've lacked self-confidence. I've definitely not been happy, especially compared to the levels that I know I have been and I know that life can be for myself. And I very much felt that I've been in my own head. I've tried to enjoy life, but this has not really worked for me. Probably just focusing on the wrong things, following things that maybe work for other people that haven't worked for myself. And I'm sure you can relate to this somewhat because I can see and I speak to a lot of young people that are feeling very much this way. And I think I realised that the problem that I have is that the problem we are all having is that you're putting too much on your plate. And what I mean by this is that we're trying to kind of balance so many spinning plates at once and that we're pretty much ending up with no results. And we kind of focus on something for maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, and then we're on to the next because it's not working. It's not really giving us the results that we want to. And that's pretty much always going to be the case when we focus on something for a very short period of time. And this couldn't even be an intense period for, say, a month or so. But we probably are not going to get very great results from this because, as we know, the compound effect is what makes us successful and what gives us those kind of major results that are kind of the life-changing moments. That when people look back and be like, oh, like your life changed overnight. No, it didn't. It just was a compound effect of slowly putting in the work every single day and getting the overall result that we wanted to, and even probably more so than we ever believed we could achieve. And I think the first thing is that you have recognized this, and that's very important, and you shouldn't feel down, shouldn't feel vulnerable, and shouldn't feel like you are completely lost, because I think a lot of people probably somewhat know this deep down, but they will act with zero agency and make zero change in their life, and kind of they'll keep going and they'll get a bit older and think, okay, well, I'm 40 now, so I can't really make the change. Maybe if you've got financial commitments, you're married, you've got kids, you're tied down to certain things geographically, financially, relationship wise, all of this stuff, and they feel that is not possible. And for myself, I don't believe that is the case, that people who get to 40, 50, even 60, whatever it may be, they shouldn't believe that like they are trapped in this situation. If you are a bit older watching this, you definitely shouldn't think that way, because you can keep going and failing again, and you might go up and try something after this and think, okay, this is going to be the next one, and then it doesn't work. But that's okay, because life is pretty much always going to be like that. Like, nothing lasts forever, and you have to accept this. And I think accepting this is a big part. And like I say, you recognize that you are not in the position that you want to be. What you're doing right now, whether it be a job that you've been stuck in for a long time that you know is going absolutely nowhere, you wake up every day and think, oh, I've got to go to here, I don't want to be here, I don't like the people here, the work's not fulfilling, the pay is awful. Like, you just need to leave that situation. It might be a relationship that you've kind of been stuck in for a while and think, this is just not working for me. It's not getting the results that I know, and I'm actually maybe even feel like it's holding you back somewhat, because I think that's definitely the case for a lot of people. You kind of see the person that they were before the relationship and the person they are now in this relationship, particularly as it progresses. They're kind of a shell of the self that they were, and they're not, especially when it comes to pushing their potential, which I believe is something that we all should be doing. They're not getting the results that they once were, and they've kind of yeah, they're taking a back step from this. And, you know, I understand relationships, especially, that's something that may happen, but you don't want to lose yourself, and you don't want to lose that ambition. You don't want to lose that focus that you once had on those goals, because I feel like you're always going to look back with that sense of a regret. And an important thing we can all take from this is that you are going to overestimate what you will be able to achieve in a year. You think you can do this, you can start and find a new career, you're going to find the love of your life, you're going to travel to all these countries, you're going to start the business, you're going to relocate. It's just not going to happen. You have to realize that 2 to 3 things every single year, 2 major kind of life-changing things in your life, is probably all you're going to be able to obtain in 1 year, because that time goes by fast and it takes a lot of work to get those kind of bigger results in life. But if you do this, two big things in your life, 10 years, that's 20 big things that could have changed in your life. And realistically, for most people, that's probably not going to happen. But if you did do this and you just stuck to that and slowed down life, because we are living in this, like I say, that choice paralysis every single moment of our life, where we have so many different options, so many different routes that we could take, and we just kind of keep going down the same ones, and then going a little bit further down, and then we come back again, and then try another one, and then it's just not working, and we're getting 0 results. And this is making us very anxious. It's making us, like I say, feel very lost. And obviously social media is massively not helping. So that's obviously another tip for you. If you are feeling this way, you're not feeling yourself, you're feeling somewhat lost in life, you're not going to where you want to be, you're not feeling that former version of where you once were, and feeling that confident, happy, charismatic version of yourself that, you know, when you're in conversations, you are yourself and you're enjoying those conversations, then definitely take a step back from social media. And that's exactly what I have been trying to do for a long time. And sometimes I've been successful, sometimes not so successful. The last few weeks I've really not spent a lot of time in social media, and it's gave me a lot of time to kind of think about things and have a clearer head, and not listen to the voices on social media of people living these certain type of lifestyles that are things that we want to obtain, and they might not necessarily be the case. And I think that is the case. And I think a big thing is you have to be okay with going into the unknown, taking a step and thinking this may fail, and I'm okay with that. And that's how you have to be. And it's very hard, and I think that is probably the reason that you may stay stagnant, and why you have stayed stagnant for so long is because you haven't taken that step into the unknown. You haven't left a situation that you know is not working from you, that's absolutely dead end, it's not going anywhere, but you still keep doing it because you are scared of the unknown. And if you stay in this, the longer you stay in it, the longer you'll probably end up in this position, and nothing will change. And like I said, that is going to be a massive regret that you have in your life, and I don't want to see that for you. And if you are struggling in these moments, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people with positive energy, people that are going to bring you up and not kind of like look at you as, you know, oh, he doesn't have a clue, you know, he's weak, he's, you know, not, his life's not progressing. No, it's not the case. You are probably far ahead of all of these people. You have the consciousness to be able to recognize that you're not in a position that you want to be in anymore, and that's fine, because a lot of people honestly don't. And the people that give you shit for kind of taking some time to better your life and realizing that you're not in the position you want to be, they were probably there once and they didn't make that decision, and then they're stuck forever. So you don't want to be around these people. You need to be continuously, you know, exercising, whatever that may be for you, going to the gym, playing sports, going for a walk, even going for a run, whatever it may be. Keep yourself moving and spending time outside of the house. You don't want to get too kind of, you're never going to feel great if you spend so much time in the house. I think it's important, if possible, to spend as much time out in nature, out with friends and family, whoever it may be that's influential and positive in your life. You want to spend time with them and not just be stuck in your room, you know, spending time on social media, scrolling on your phone, doing stuff that's not making you feel good, dragging you down, dragging your energy, and you're losing that momentum. And like, life is one big game of momentum, and that's what I've kind of always felt, as something I've massively realised. And you accept that you've just lost that momentum, you've ran out of steam in your current situation, and this is okay. You've got to listen to the signs that have been coming your way for a long time and act on them. And I think that is a massive thing that's probably happened for myself. I felt like I've lost momentum in a lot of things, even with this YouTube channel. I've had, a couple of months where I haven't really posted anything, and I'm like, not sure, but I obviously really want to help you. I want to make lives better. I've always wanted to do that with this YouTube channel. That's why I started it. Also gives me a sense of freedom and a lot of benefits overall to just talking about my life and hopefully using my life experience and my knowledge to date to help you better your life and become that best version of yourself, whatever that may be. And I hope that you are not in this situation for much longer and you take some agency in your life and you act with a sense of urgency, because fail faster is one thing that's very important. Just keep failing until you get there, because you will get there. And the biggest thing that we have to remember is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And that is this position that a lot of people are in. They're wondering why nothing is changing in their life. Well, nothing really comes to you. You have to make life is what you make of it. It's as simple as that. And if you are not making the most of that and not trying different things, then nothing is really going to change. And you think of the people who are lucky, quote unquote. These people are not lucky. They've probably just tried a lot of things and they've probably made a lot of mistakes that you probably don't see because you weren't with them for the whole journey. Like myself, I've made a lot of mistakes, and there may be moments where I think, I've been a bit lucky to get this opportunity. And that happens because you are making mistakes. You are putting yourself out there. You're trying different things in life and realizing, okay, this is not working. Let's not go back to that. Let's try this. And like I say, life is chapters, and you're going to have to accept that nothing will last forever and kind of be okay with that. And like I say, this is an important video for me that I wanted to make because I've not been feeling myself whatsoever the last few months, and I'm trying my best to kind of day by day get better, kind of feel in the right headspace, do the little things. Like I said, I'm kind of practicing what I'm preaching is something that I always like to do, and I feel I couldn't do that. I couldn't sit here and record this video if I wasn't doing it myself, and I'm on this journey with you. I'm trying to find that, and it's not easy. And like I say, it takes a lot of introspective work. It takes a lot of time where you might have to be away from certain people. You have to be away from certain environments. You have to say no to a lot of things. You have to take a step back. You have to take a step back from a job. You quit the job if it's not working, leave the relationship, leave the hometown, whatever it may be that's not working at all from you, because it's not. Once you've kind of reached that stage, you have to accept that it's probably not going to change at all. And I think a lot of people don't. They hold on to that and hold and hold and hold, and nothing is changing. And they get stuck. They don't leave the situation. And it's just going to be a massive regret. So I think once you realize you get that initial feeling, whatever it may be in your life, it's time for the change. It's time to kind of take a step back from that and then reevaluate and go again. And for me, that's why travel has always been a great thing for that, because whenever I've not felt so good, not felt myself, not so sure exactly where I want to be, just going away to a different city, a different country, a different culture, having some time away from your current environment and all the noise can be such a beneficial kind of exercise for you to do. And I think there's not really any downside to doing this. And if you can take that step into the unknown and do it by yourself, even more so, you will gain more from doing that than doing it, just as a holiday or with other people, because you have to find that in yourself, and that's going to take time. But the hardest things in life are worthwhile, and there's a reason they're hard. And if it feels that way, it's probably calling your name and you need to act on it now. So I hope this video has been beneficial for you. I understand, life probably does genuinely feel more uncertain than ever, especially as a young person. There isn't really a direct path for you to go down. There never is. You should never follow anything that society tells you to do, but more so now than ever, it's very difficult for you to navigate your life if you've not got kind of a set path for you to go down. So I completely resonate with this as someone myself who's not had that at all, and had certain things in my life that have been out of my control, and tried different things and they just haven't worked. This is okay, and we'll all be good in the long run. We just have to ensure that we are moving the needle when it is necessary. And removing ourselves from situations that are no longer serving us. So yeah, hope this video has been very helpful. If you need any more guidance, I'll leave a link to a one-to-one coaching with myself. If you can like and subscribe, massively appreciated. Like I say, I'm launching a soon to be investment school, so that will be soon. Check out videos coming soon. And yeah, hope you take care of yourself now. I'll see you in the next video.